Hey guys, CaptainNick here. I got a battle against XSquareStickIt. Um, it's a quote-unquote NU battle, NUUU, whatever. I brought my weakness team. Like, 4 of the guys have 2 times 4 weaknesses, and then the other 2 have at least 1 times 4. So yeah, you saw led with Bastiodon. He led with Agron, went for Taunt, and then SR, and then Toxic, and he T-waved me and switched out one for Leech Seed, as you all saw. Yeah, so I switch out to Slugworth, my Magcargo, and as you saw, was in a Cherish Ball. The whole team is hacked. I was just really lazy, and it isn't like a great team, so I just got it hacked so it would be easier to use, so I could just mess around every once in a while. Anyways, so he Leech Seeded me. I just went for a Flamethrower to get some damage on him, which ends up doing quite a lot, but not enough to one-hit KO, which I guess I'm alright with. He gets some Leech Seed boost and roosts off most of the damage, and I just go for another Flamethrower to try and take him out. I thought he might like Air Slash or Energy Ball, but really neither of those did all that much, or would do all that much, because I resist both of them. And other than Leech Seed stalling, he doesn't really have much on me. Yeah. So, I believe he switches out, yeah, and goes into Rapidash, and I switch out to Ledian. I was trying to get the Leech Seed off so he would just die to poison, but he ended up switching out, so I had to switch out to Quagsire, who takes that Flare Blitz really well, and then he switches out, and Tropius goes down to Stealth Rock, which is alright because I went for Earth Power, and it died anyways. So, he brings in Gardevoir, which to me is a BL Pokemon. Let's just grumble at Smogon and go with that. Anyways, so he gets a Will-O-Wisp off on me, and goes for a Wish, stuff like that. I protected to see if he'd go for like an Energy Ball, and to get the Yawn working its stuff on him. So he switches out to Glaceon, and I switch out to Ledian, who I then again have to switch out because I don't want to take an Ice Beam, which kind of sucks. I go to Slugworth, and he predicted going back to Bastiodon either way. It sucks for me because he went for a Water Pulse, which I am times 4 weak to, which sucks. So I bring in Bastiodon to do a Metal Burst, or to scare it off with Metal Burst. I went for Toxic, predicting a switch, which he called, went back to what's its face. Yeah, and I just went for Taunt so it can't Wish or whatever. And then I go for a Metal Burst while he Psychics, which did like absolutely nothing both ways. Yeah. So he switches in Agron. I get paralyzed. I was going for a Toxic, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. So I switch into Quagsire, who then gets roared out to Shiitake, my Parasect, who gets T-waved as I Spore, which sucks because he's already slow enough. Plus I'm not getting any luck with these pair hacks. So yeah, I use Growth. I figured he'd overpredict and go for another Water Pulse, but he just goes straight for the Ice Beam. I was going for an HP Fire, but I'm times 4 weak to Ice, which sucks. So in comes Quagsire, who I thought could take that Ice Beam, but apparently it can't, which really sucks. So I finally get smart and bring out Bastiodon, and he switches back out to Agron, who's asleep. I go for a Metal Burst to take that Ice Beam and try and toss it back. And I take this as an opportunity to set up Golem, but I'm retarded, and instead of putting Earthquake on this Golem, I have Double Edge, which is retarded. I thought, like, my thought process was Double Edge, Fire Punch for all those steel types, but then Aggron takes neutral damage, and I don't know. So that sucks. So he 2-hit KOs with Iron Head, but I have a burn up on him, which is alright, but really I have nothing I can do against this thing. So I get a Reflect up, he goes for Rock Slide, which misses, which was pretty cool, but it's not going to really like save me anything. So I knock off his leftovers, he goes for a Rock Slide, which I'm times 4 weak 2 with Stab, and I still don't take like 25%, which is pretty funny, because you don't see that very often. So I switch back out to Bastiodon to just burn stall him. Rock Slide does pretty much nothing. He goes for an Iron Head, gets a crit, and I flinch, which made me sad. So he switches out and goes back to Glaceon, who I believe goes for a Water Pulse. Yeah, and then I get confused, and I totally called this Pair Hacks this turn, because I would have KO'd with Metal Burst, and then I could have died to his Scarf Rapidash. Yeah. So I was pretty much doomed from about early on. But I don't know, this team's just really fun to use, and XSquareStickIt is actually, like, not actually, he is a really good battler. And I just felt like having some fun. So it was a pretty fun battle. It was definitely made me think, which is always the point of this game, is just to strategize and stuff like that. So yeah, good game, XSquareStickIt. I kind of failed with my team, but it was still really fun, as I have just said, and I believe that's it. So I will talk to all of you guys later. Bye.